Hey everyone, I'm Bluebarian, and I love tactical RPGs. I mean reviewing video games. I'm joined here on the show with my buddy Tingerine, and I play a game from front to back, except for that one Battletoads episode. That'll always haunt me. Always. Upon completion of the game, I tell you elements of the game that are good and bad, and I share with you a few secrets and theories I have of the game. This time around, we're playing a tactical RPG. Oh boy. So please, join me on an adventure into saving the world with Xcom, Enemy Within.
Oh, and I should probably give the disclaimer. This game's an expansion to this game. Yeah, so there's that.
Disclaimer number 2. Throughout this review, I'm going to be referring to this game as a strategy RPG or a tactical RPG.
It's the same thing, guys.
Alright, so yeah, that's it. Chapter marker, go. Just start it. Roll the video. Play the video.
Let's get this out of the way. Xcom doesn't have a story at all. No character development, no nothing. Oh, aliens trying to destroy Earth, big deal. I've played Space Invaders before.
Well, not all games need story, you know. Or at least story isn't the most important part for some. Like people who play Call of Duty. They just do it for the joy of murdering.
Right. Well, that may be, but...
Just that intoxicating thrill of seeing another man's blood spill on the floor as my trigger finger shakes in pure ecstasy.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry. I'm just speaking hypothetically, of course. My point is, not everyone plays for the story.
While that is true with most games, I feel story is a necessity for games like this, though. Honestly, when I try to play most video games, I try to derive profound philosophies and viewpoints in life through stepping into the shoes of the video game's protagonist. That's kind of why I don't like games like God of War, because the main character is a little too evil, a little too much of a bad guy. Hence the love of RPGs for me personally. Experiencing the story builds onto who I am as a person and where my mind has been.
Whatever, nerd.
It's true, not every game needs a solid story arc. I love Mario. Some games are just built around it, though.
Strategy RPGs are one of those games.
So what do you mean by there not being any story? I'm seeing people talking in cutscenes here.
Right, well, you don't really get to know these characters. They're basically the shopkeeper in an RPG level of depth. The most interesting interactions are between the two doctors of different fields here. One of them's an engineer and the other one's miscellaneous science person.
Science rules.
Cutscenes involving the two of them usually consist of
anything you can say, I can say faster.
I can say anything faster than you.
Me can.
Yes, I can.
They can.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is there anything you agree on?
The story itself is aliens attack Earth. Xcom is a human defense group to fight the aliens off. Oop, was that Space Invaders again? Oops-a-daisy.
So why are the aliens attacking?
Who knows? There's really only one scene in the whole game where an alien has any dialogue, and that's the very end, and yeah. The whole no spoiler rule is still a part of the show. Story is important to me, so telling the most exciting moment of a game, like the ending, that's just kind of a jerk move.
I gotcha. Well, can you at least say if the ending is worth the wait?
Sure I can. Nope, but it is exciting because it involves a plot point with one of your custom characters. Oh yeah, this game has custom characters, which is the only redeeming factor when it comes to the story.
You just made a positive statement sound really negative. I hope you know.
Yeah, I know. Essentially, you make your own story by gaining sentimental value towards your team. You name them, design them, and try your darndest not to get them killed. In my playthrough of Xcom, I had quite the beautiful team. My favorite was definitely post-apocalyptic Dad.
Hey Dad, I want to write in a journal. Can I have a pen?
In a world where the only things being written are the stains of mankind's blood spilling at the feet of an enemy unknown, keeping your thoughts in a journal can be a really helpful thing to do. Here, have a pen, son.
Or the best robot ever made. I had Big O on my team.
Who's Big O?
Who's Big O?
Big O, Big O.
I think you have your answer.
That didn't explain any.
But you know what? Lots of strategy RPGs let you be creative with teams.
Like Disgaea. Remember, guys? I really like that game.
So having a story development going along with what they already had would make this game complete to me. What if you were playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, but instead of a story about kids who teleported into a Narnia-like fantasy world through a magic book, it was about, I don't know, fighting bad guys that are incapable of having any dialogue with anyone? How about that? Does that sound like fun?
Stop yelling at me.
Well, that's how Xcom feels to me. Aliens are bad guys and you gotta send them to space jail. Hey aliens, why you killing people? Blah, 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 blah. I'm an alien that can't speak English, you should probably kill me.
Wow. What a political statement. I didn't know you were such a horrible person, Logan.
Oh boy, it's the gameplay.
Maybe a chance for you to stop being such a negative Nancy, perhaps.
Well, excuse me, princess.
So the combat consists of what you would expect from a tactical RPG. You move around a grid, though this game looks really clean and only makes it apparent that you're walking on squares when you're moving around, or get stuck in one. But as you walk around, you'll uncover aliens out of the fog of war. Since this is a sci-fi, somewhat current-day world, you use guns, so every character is a ranged fighter, except for, of course, Big O.
Engaging in close combat.
But be careful, because if someone dies, they're dead for good. Mission objectives vary with story missions, but generally it's just wipe out the aliens and complete the new to enemy within objective, collect the meld. Meld can be used to enhance your soldiers. Normally your soldiers level up from fights and go down one of 4 different skill trees that you don't get to choose.
Like it's random?
Yep.
Well, that sucks. What if you want to name someone Sniper Man?
He could become one of the 3 other classes instead.
Well, shit.
That minor issue aside, the classes are pretty cool. We got the aforementioned Sniper, the Medic, the Assault class, and the Heavy Gunner. It's up to you to figure out what combination works best with you, but they all have pretty great things to bring to the table. But if none of these are working out for you,
Meld?
oh yeah, mod the shit out of those soldiers. With the Enemy Within DLC, you can genetically engineer them, or you can give them powerful robotic bodies. Combat-wise, the gameplay is spot on for the genre of game it's in, putting planning and strategy before anything else and teaching you how to go about completing missions through learning from your own failures, and learning pretty damn hard when you lose guys after they die one time. For me, this meant keeping my team close together in case they ran into a threat otherwise too powerful, and lots of Overwatch, which is basically keeping an eye out for enemies' movement. If any of those dang bad guy aliens move, I'm gonna shoot them.
So are the aliens the only bad guys?
Yeah, an Enemy Unknown I'm pretty sure, but in Enemy Within they added a group called Exalt. They're a bunch of humans that for some reason think it's a good idea to team up with the aliens, but yeah, no story explanations behind that. What a surprise. Gotta put them in space jail, they're bad guys.
Or just shoot them, it looks like.
Might as well, I don't know if I have footage of it. But I tried taking one of them in for interrogations, and yeah, he just killed himself.
So many unanswered questions. Such tragic. Much bad guy. Wow.
So when you're not killing miscellaneous bad guys and sending them to the great space jail in the sky, you go back to your base, which is pretty much half of the game. I would explain this section as a resource management. You can buy weapons and armor that science-y lady makes available to you.
Science rules.
So you gotta decide what's worth researching and what's worth ignoring. You can also check on the status of the world to see how certain countries are doing. If these bars fill up and get into the red, they are about to opt out of the Xcom project, leaving you with less money and less of a chance to win the game. If all the countries leave, then yeah, you lose. Countries leave if you fail to protect them, or if you don't bother to make them feel safe with satellite coverage. As the game progresses in time, aliens show up in various cities, leaving you to decide who to protect and who to ignore.
That sounds pretty tough, dude. That's too much pressure. I'm just one girl. Also, I'm just a tangerine.
Yeah, it isn't easy. Here is where the real progression and the resource management comes in, though. You have to build your base. You build labs to increase your research speed, you get workshops to improve your building ability, you get satellite uplinks so you can calm those dang nervous countries down.
Guys, seriously, come on.
How well you manage all your money and building developments will greatly determine your progress in the game. So yeah, I messed up with this a few times and needed to restart the playthrough once or twice before actually progressing through the story.
Story. You know, some people will probably rage comment if you hate on the lack of story any more than you have. But again, I guess not every game needs story development.
Exactly, but that reminds me, I have to give credit to this game in one regard. The story missions are super fun. Most of the game is random event stuff, which just feels unimportant, but the story missions are the only moments of the game that have a sense of purpose. And you feel like you're actually accomplishing something, and it feels good. It feels dang good. It's like in these few and far between moments, it almost feels like the game doesn't even need a story. Like, it's fun and captivating without it.
So what? You crazy. Stop being such a crazy contradicting yourself guy.
Yeah, you're right. But out of the 40 hours plus I played this game, I can totally say that I have had at least 5 hours worth of gameplay that was fun and immersive.
Go get him, post-apocalypse dad. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, and one more thing. Online versus is totally a thing. I tried it out and it was pretty cool. I imagine it would be better against a friend that you're talking to on Skype or something because it is long. It's quite the game of chess. It lasts even longer than a normal game because, well, you gotta switch off with your opponent. That takes time. Lots of careful planning. A battle of wits.
Roll initiative.
Who was that?
I don't know. It wasn't me.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Oh god. Quick, roll the chapter marker. Maybe we'll lose him in the graphics section. Who was that guy? Mysterious extra voice is my job. Do you think we lost him?
I think so. Weird. Alright, well, let's get on with the show, I guess.
Yeah, let's talk about them graphics.
They're pretty legit. The mere fact that this game's set in a sci-fi world gives them the freedom to make all the pew-pew lasers they want. Pew, 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 pew. The aliens look pretty cool. There's so many different kinds. So many to see, so many to study, to see what makes them tick.
What a weird response. This looks cool. I must examine its insides.
I have but one response to that.
Science rules.
The robots are friggin' sweet, and look at the genetically engineered soldiers in action.
Oh my god, I got goosebumps.
Though, let's talk about the downside.
I've noticed there always is one with you in this game.
The facial expressions. Oh god, what is that? No, not that. That!
My god, it's horrible.
The few times in the game they needed to animate the faces, well, let's just say I don't think they had facial expressions in the budget.
I am the thing of nightmares, so I can't believe it.
Jams. What kind of jams are we working with today, Blue?
We got some pretty tasty jams. Not enough to go around, though.
Do explain.
This game has very fitting music. The battles feel action-packed, and the slow approach to the enemies feels suspenseful and creepy. Like an unknown entity is very close.
Like that mysterious voice we ditched back in the gameplay section?
Exactly, the music just works to fit the feelings. Only I played this game too much, too quickly, so it got way too annoying and repetitive for me. I looked it up, and there are 9 combat songs in the game.
Well, that sounds like a decent handful.
Alright, well these songs are like 3 minutes long, and the missions are 30 minutes, and yeah, you're gonna be going on like 10 or so missions in this whole game, or more.
Oh.
Right, so over time, these sweet, sweet jams spoil, just leaving a bitter taste in your mouth and ears.
Bluebarian Reviews does not endorse putting spoiled jelly in one's ears.
Here's one interesting secret of the game. The people who made Xcom are actually aliens.
What you talking about, Willis?
Now, I know what you're all thinking. This isn't the crazy game theory section. What the heck, dude? Now, hear me out. If you look up the coordinates of the first shot-down UFO and the hidden alien base in the game, in real life, you'll find the 2K Games corporate office in California and the Firaxis game studio in Maryland. Not only that, but if you look very closely at this totally not photoshopped picture I found of the team, you'll notice an extraterrestrial entity.
You even made a point to say it wasn't photoshopped. It must be real.
There's not enough story to base a theory off of. Next section. Oh my god, I really wanted to like this game.
Did you? Did you really?
In most strategy RPGs, you're rewarded for grinding. Well, in this game, the longer you wait without progressing, the more chances there are for countries to rise in panic level, inching you one step closer to failure. So the sense of progression through investing time is replaced with progression of story.
What about all the good stuff?
The sci-fi universe, the sense of purpose in the main missions, having post-apocalypse Dad and Big O were all drowned out by the game's length and lack of suitable amount of story filling that time out of my life. But hey, I'm not the only opinion out there, so here's someone that I totally didn't pay to say this game was great.
I love this game.
So with that, folks, I rate this game a waste of my time and maybe not yours. I don't know, try it, I guess. You might like it. Out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks for watching the show. Like it if you liked it, share with your friends, and subscribe. These are ways to help make a small show like mine grow. Now, if you had any problems with the review, I'm sorry. I hope you all liked it. They're all just opinions and fanboy preferences. But hey, if you're loving XCOM right now, more power to you. I say that's cool. So don't let me bring you down. And honestly, I just wanted to say that...
Oh my god.
See, I knew I heard something. Who's there? Who is that? Show yourself.
Seriously, I'm the only disembodied voice of this show.
Hello there, Bluebarian. I noticed your shirt and I thought, hey, I like the cut of this guy's jib.
What's a jib?
Hello, just ignore me here.
And I think we should do a review together. Maybe a turn-based RPG I know you'll actually appreciate, because it's goddamn amazing.
Classic RPG? We actually haven't had one of those on the show yet. What were you thinking? Like a Final Fantasy? Or like some kind of D&D thing?
No, more like a hidden gem. A game worth shedding light on. Skies of Arcadia.
Oh, snap.